Hello everybody, welcome back to Wappelville. Welcome back to Meowdle Earth. I'm not sure what you would actually call this, but we've got another one of those kitties from Apache Studios. So last night we painted up the Galadriel figure here. Kind of an orange tabby sort of a thing. Here, well, Gandalf the Grey. You take a look-see down in the corners there. I think you can pretty much see what kind of a kitty we're looking for here. So Grey Wolf, let's see. Actually, who is Buffalo playing tomorrow? I don't even know who the heck Buffalo is playing tomorrow. My apologies for not really knowing. I was sort of able to keep track of the college gridiron today, and beyond that, that is it. Hey there, Valfera. So yeah, I was trying to catch up on that sleep. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, catch up on sleep, catch up on sleep." Well, then the phone's going crazy because the people next door, well, Delilah next door is asking, "Can I help Jose move this couch?" So yeah, it was. There was supposed to be some sleep today. There was no sleep. Let me get some. Oh, that's gonna be a shadow there. Oh wait, do I have this thing over here? One sec, one sec. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Well, it's not blue, but look at here, look at this. And we're doing that, so we got a cast shadow there. This is another one of those lights there. If it was easier to undo these things, I would have some of these. Now, of course, this they gave me these the other day, so they paid in advance for the couch moving services. Here, let's put it that way. You know what? I'm gonna just throw some of that on here too. I mean, it wasn't super. There was no mega games today, obviously. I still think, Ryan, there's teams that are treating these, well, based on all the fights in the games yesterday, I think there's a lot of teams that are treating these bowl games a little more seriously than usual, wouldn't you say there, Ryan? Valfira, do you remember the video with the Stalingrad terrain? It was back in April, Valfira. Now, the one thing about those Valfira is when you see files that are super cheap, they look really nice, right? But let's put it this way: they're instead of being this size, they end up being like that size right there. So they're much smaller, and there's no interiors on them. So I learned that lesson the hard way, Valfira. Now, of course, they are. Also too. Yeah, you reminded me there, Valfira. So for folks that are looking for STL files, I think, is that winter sale still going on? I think my mini factory still has that winter sale happening. Uh, I think it's like a 50% off for those that are actually participating. So yeah, Ryan, it really did look, didn't it? And even the game with Colorado, you had Shedeur Sanders and what's his name, your Heisman Trophy winner. They were trying to get in. They were down 30 points in the fourth quarter, and they're getting pummeled, like physically pummeled, not just on the scoreboard. And they're trying to get back into that game. So I think there's, I don't know. I know that Cam Ward took the rest of that game off. We'll see. No problem there, Valfira. I'm gonna try to work some of this manganese blue into this here. Just a little touch of it here. Just a little something. There we go. Okay. Just to tone that down a bit. Hey, actually, Ryan and Rot, if you guys, that's kind of a interest. That sounds like some kind of weird buddy show or something like that. A weird weird cop show or something. So if you guys want to share your links, same thing there, Grey Wolf. If you want to share some of your stuff in the chat there too, please go ahead. So Valfira, actually, oh hey Valfira, just let's put it this way: if let's see, Monday would be too late, right? Actually, Valfira, you know what? Shoot me a message because I'll forget. You're gonna say, "Come on, man, what's going on?" But shoot me a message just that says "Get planes." Yeah, get planes, Valfira, because even if we're not using them on the little ships, well, we still wanted to paint, basically 1/48 scale. Everybody, please check out that Insta link that Rottweiler just shared. So yeah, Valfira, I was just thinking all the buildings, but yeah, we don't have any planes. That's for okay. So now we got a little bit of a tint going here. So yeah, Valfira, sorry that the brain is being so unresponsive here. It has been a very confusing couple of weeks for sure. That's no doubt about it. So Grey Wolf, yeah, I'll shoot you some messages tomorrow, trying to fill you in on some things. And of course, I'm glad that news switched towards the better there, Grey Wolf. I mean, you'll take that. Usually the turnarounds go in the other direction. So I guess Grey Wolf, we kind of, well, like you say, it really shouldn't have reached that in the first place. But I guess sometimes you just got to take the wins where you can, right? I mean, if you score 44 points and win by 1, that's just as good as scoring 44 and winning by 40. So, well, probably not by 40, unless you gave up 2 safeties. Let's say 41. Thanks, Velfair. Appreciate that. Let me get a little bit of this here. And maybe on that. Then we'll try and work some greens in here. Hey there, Night Whisper. How the heck are you doing? Merry Christmas. Belated. Now it's almost, well, now we're halfway between Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, it's kind of a tweener here. We are a twixt and we are a tween. Let me get some of this over here. Hey there, Cheese Whiz. How you doing? Okay, so we're gonna start trying to get some of our grays in here. But here it started with this Night Whisper with the Argo cats. And again, these are going to get water effects here. When I do all of the winterizing on Kathy's Crimus figure here, I'm gonna do the water effects on these because these are yeah, those are dry. They should be. Night Whisper, if you want to share anything in the chat, please go ahead. I know maybe it wouldn't be brand spanking new, but hey, it's other folks may not have seen it before. So there is the Catdalf from last night. So Cheese was, well, you want to share anything in the chat? Please go ahead. No. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We're going to go warmer. That's it. We'll go cooler. Well, there ain't that much fur, but we'll go cooler on those grays. I think we might still try to get a little bit of a sort of white there. Believe it or not, this is the 3rd time this palette's been used. So the first time was, what was their Thursday stream? Was that the ornament? Have I been using this palette since the ornament? I don't know, maybe. It's possible. I know I used it for the Argo Kitties. That's the first one. Yeah, Thursday was the Argo Kitties. Thursday was Argo Kitties. Friday, Catdalf. Everybody please check out that Insta link that Night Whisper just shared. So again, this gray here, I'm trying to go a little warmer. And just for funsies, let's throw some texture on the robe and the hat. Because I'm always talking about how, yeah, the figure's got to be bigger to have texture. So this is bigger, so let's have texture. And I got to remember there's a tail down here. Got to remember that. So yeah, Argo Kitty was Thursday. Our ship was Monday, right? Valfera. Catdalf was, well, it's still 11:08, so it's still technically Saturday. So yeah, my apologies for the brain drain here. You know what? We need to get a little bit more over there. Need to get a little more over there. Also try not to snap him off of here. maybe a little less rigorous with the dry brushy stuff. Oh, and by the way, we were talking about how, how for as stylized as these are, unlike other chibi-esque type things, these actually have a like that fabric. Like the fabric on these is more real than a lot of other sculptors' realistic figures or whatever. Valfera, I think now it's about 47 here. Now, of course, there's all this talk about Arctic blasts coming in January. Also, if there's enough chocolate-covered raisins, there might be some blasts, right, Sarge? How you doing there, Sarge? Hopefully, no more weird stuff with the track links on that. It's a Stug you're working on, right, Sarge? Thanks, Sarge. Appreciate that. Actually, no, I can't quite reach it here. So what I will be doing tomorrow is I was hoping to film a different type of vid. I might try to film this tomorrow. It depends. We'll either be filming that tomorrow. Well, I might try to film 2 vids tomorrow or something. I don't know. We'll see how things are going here. Well, Valfera, one thing... I don't know if this makes you feel a little bit of positivity, but I think when it gets cold in January, I think it's just going to stay cold for a while, Valfera. I don't think it's going to be this up and down type stuff. And I know that's where the allergies really just go bonkers, right? With the up and down. So I think you'll get at least a consistent cooler temperature going on in January. So hopefully that at least provides a few weeks of relief there. Now, of course, I'm thinking more around here, but that some of these dips that they're talking about, actually, Sarge, hopefully you got your Ice Jam plan still in hand from the last time you guys... Was that 3 years ago, Sarge? Where was it in the 20s down there, and all kinds of stuff froze up. I don't know if it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't think it was 4 years ago. That's fantastic there, Storage. So again, we're just trying to see what we can do for some of our grays that are not going to be part of our light source. There's also got to be some shadows in there. So I don't know. It was just something that Max Velocity was kind of indicating today. Obviously, he's doing his live stream because of all of the tornadoes down south. So there wasn't much talk about the new stuff that's going to be happening. It was really kind of focused on, again, all of the mayhem with the tornadoes. So Cheese Whiz, it kind of depends on how you do your little rotation, right? Where do you want to be doing, well, if you're going to be doing pre-glaze, let's put it this way. Would you do pre-glaze on all 5? Or maybe do pre-glaze on 3 of them? Because also, too, with streaming, if you want to show people the process, because that's also something that I factor in here, is that if I have, say, 6 figures, if I save 2 or 3 of them, then I can maybe even show some of that process of, for folks that are just coming in, if there's a raid halfway through the stream, 2/3 of the way through the stream. So that way you have sort of maybe the option of kind of stepping back a little bit and saying, okay, here, this is how we started the process. So what's about the 3? So yeah, Velfair, I don't, well, let's see. Now, I think even tomorrow it's not, I think it's supposed to be maybe further east of you. Well, we're going to be doing some glazy things here. Don't forget about that. We're doing some glazy stuff here. Let me try and snag a little bit of green here. Just whatevers. No big deals. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why all of a sudden I kept thinking, well, maybe it was longer than that. But I thought it was 2021 or something along those lines. Okay, again, nothing super fancy here. We're going to try and do some... Maybe grab a smaller something here. Let me try use... Nah, not you, not you. And let me grab one of these guys. Yep, let me grab one of these. So Night Whisper, hopefully you can get back into the painting groove again. And everybody please give Night Whisper a follow. And Cheese Whiz, also please give old Cheese Whiz a follow. And Cheese, if you wanted to share anything in the chat, please go ahead. You know what? Give me some of this. Give me some of this here yellow and pop that in with, there we go. So these are the same, I almost said oxalis. These are the same bog myrtle bushes that we painted on Catdalf. Now, none of these are FDM printed bit. Oh, this is another one of those tree roots here. So that's the new thing here. Geez. I was supposed to make build plates with those new roots. Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Yeah, Valfera, I went downstairs. I think this was late last night. This was after the stream. It was somewhere around 64 degrees down there. Now, I mean, you could, I think 64, you could maybe get away with printing down there, especially if you warm up the resin first. I mean, it's warmer than it used to be. Let's put it this way. Than before I made the new setup. Definitely warmer than that. But yeah, I'm just gonna have. There's a billion things I gotta do after the stream tonight. It's gonna be another very long night. Let's see. Yeah, Velfira, I can. Yeah, now that I've. What would you say? I'm more aware of more parts of the country there. I always think of, what our crazy times are. So yeah, I'm always thinking of, okay, this is the time we got to look out for. But, for you, it could still be 70 degrees in December, right? And sometimes, well, we've gotten some pretty warm days here. All right, I'm just this is just a little bit of mapping out right here. Just want to remind myself what's going to be happening here with these eyes. Recoil. Ooh, geez. Actually, recoil. I've got to get. This is another thing. So if I'm getting those planes, I also have to remember to get the Gimli for sure. That's one that I really, really like. Actually, let me see if I can go back to the... Come on. Let's see. So, not so much the fro feline. Oh, the Sam Whisker. Actually, Pawpin and Marypur also look kind of interesting. Arigato has some interesting object source lighting. Let's see. And of course, well, you also have the Golem guy. Oh my gosh. Actually, I might have to get the Death of Boromir. Yeah, I might have to get the Death of Boromir. I think those are at least the two that I would want to focus on. Again, I don't know if they are in. If someone else can check and see if they're part of the sale or not. Hey, they're Armored Wolf. So yeah, recoil. There's a bunch of different ones that I need to get. Plus, I gotta go look at the aircraft. I've got to get those aircraft, especially if the winter sale is going to be ending in a couple of days. So there's Boromir blowing his horn too. Thanks, appreciate that. Let's see here. Of course, I don't have, I can't type in the, not with miniatures in my hand, I can't type in the, what is that, Winter 24? Is that the code, Valfera? I don't remember even, so Winter 24, okay, there it is. Let me just see something here. Okay, so they are part of the sale, which drops them down to about a couple of bucks a piece. So we'll try to get those. If they're down to $2.50 a piece, maybe I can get. So now, of course, I won't be able. Let's see. Well, no matter what, they wouldn't be. They wouldn't be ready for any more streams. Well, my next stream is Monday, right? Is that going to be New Year's Eve? Let's see. Saturday the 28th, Sunday the 29th. No, that'll be Tuesday. Because it's Saturday, Sunday 29th, Monday the 30th, Tuesday 31st. So yeah, Tuesday. Well, I guess we are streaming on Monday. But I don't think I could have the kitties ready by then. I don't think they would be printed out and ready to go by then. So it ends January 10th. Okay. Thanks, Valfera. So great to see you there, Armored Wolf. Sorry that everything is so crazy there. I don't know if Charity feels any better. Hopefully so. I might try to get a little bit of something maybe glowy in there. So of course, on our New Year's Eve stream, we'd be doing this for, I don't know, maybe I have plenty of pictures of ships. Maybe we do another ship ornament there for our Armada Monday. I don't know. It would still be festive, that's for sure. Or it would be infested. I'm not, either way, I don't know. So Grey Wolf, again, it's great to see you here. And yeah, who are the Bills playing tomorrow? They have to be playing. I think it's not New England, right? Because they played them last week. Are they playing the Jets? I think they actually play the Patriots the final week. I think. So they're playing the Jets this week, then they play the Pats again. I think we got ourselves. No, wait. In there. and then the Pats again. Okay, that's what I thought the schedule was. I'm fairly certain that the NFL has tried to get as many divisional games right in these last 3 weeks. At least that's what I mean. That's what I would want to see is divisional games. Okay, look at this. We gotta get this over here. Where's my blending brush? Was this the one I was using? I think so. So Cheese Whiz, again, remember I was just saying about the stylized as they are, the realism that's in there? That's kind of a nifty combination. You don't usually see that combination of stylized and realistic. Well, so our medicine tonight, remember that citrus Mountain Dew I was telling you about? That's what's in here. Sadly, I didn't have any kind of appropriate, what will we say, medicine to throw in there. So yeah, that's all we've got because I haven't been able to get to the pharmacy in several days. And what I had laying around, I kind of have gone through everything that I had because I definitely anticipated getting to the store and other stuff. But that didn't happen today because there was the couch moving process today. Where's my blending brush? So see, we still got a little bit of that, a little bit of the texture that you can see there. So yeah, Cheese Whiz, Gollum is the haircut. The one I can't figure out is the, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me see here. There's one that's on a horse. I don't know what that is. It's Lord of the Cats Ratgull. I don't know if that's supposed to be the Witch King or if that's supposed to be Sauron. I don't know what that's supposed to be. So that goes till January 10th, you said, Velfera? I mean, it makes sense because January is still winter. Heck, didn't the winter sale on Dick Blick, didn't that go till almost March? I think it went to, I don't know if it went all the way like to March 1st, but I think it went to at least towards the end of February. Cheese Whiz, there was an issue here. I actually had, this is another reason why we're later, because I realized I had to sculpt that, or resculpt that, I guess is maybe a more accurate term. So he doesn't look like a cat. He does look more like a rat. I would imagine a rat instead of a wolf. Actually, Grey Wolf, if you wanted to share anything in the chat, and again, Ryan, I don't know if you had a chance to share your stuff either. I know it's super late, and you're pretty much just looking to get to sleep at this point. But again, appreciate you being here, Ryan. And Rottweiler, I know it's kind of getting late for you too. I guess now, well, you guys, let's see. I don't think you've been playing Valheim, right? I don't think so. Ooh, where's my little... There it is. Aha. See that? Shadow. Alright, well, let's get some more light over here. Okay, so instead, that's what I was wondering, Armor. That's why I kept thinking maybe it's the Witch King. Because it's a Nazgul. So it's I almost said BSG. So it's BG3, right? Not BSG. Well, my niece and I, we were talking about BSG when I was over there at my sister's house for Christmas. So that kind of was, again, on my feeble brain. Get a little more of that over here. Like so. There we go. Everybody please check out that Insta link that Ryan just shared. Because if you want to see what's possible with the oil paints. Now, so Ryan, hopefully... geez, Ryan, all the trucks. That's right, I wanted to ask you. It's like, oh man, the pictures of the trucks look really cool. I still wasn't able to find any decent delivery truck printable files. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to find one before the fabulous winter sale ends. So you can get the now. Did you get the base toppers too, Cheese Whiz? Yeah, I don't know what they all are, but there's base toppers. So if that's something that might appeal to you, give a look-see to those. Unless it's all just part of the set. If you just automatically got the set. Ooh, you know what I didn't do yet? I didn't do this yet. Come on. Oh, there's not that much back there. Between the hat and everything else, there is not... Oh, also, too, I was going to do some texturizing. So that's the big deal here. We're going to try and do some texture and stuff. Because just... Why not? Why not? Where's my blending brush here? Perhaps... let me grab some of this here. Now, Ryan, I think the quarterback, he's coming back, right? If I remember right, I think... of course, I keep thinking of all of, like, Ginty and some of the other players that were kind of involved in some of the action today, or will be. This, well, let's see. Tomorrow... No, not tomorrow. That's next week. Well, not really next week. I guess we got a couple of bowl games coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, I think Bama and Michigan are actually on Tuesday there. Now, let me get back to my references here. Because, okay, that's pretty darn... Yeah, let's lighten those... no, let me use a different brush for that. Let me use a different brush for that. There we go. So we need some of that. Where's my Indian yellow here? So let's roll with this. For the eyes is here. So everybody be like, oh, Cheese Whiz, and check out Ryan's fantastic oil painted miniatures. Come on, a little more over there. All the way down. Let me get a little bit more of the even lighter down here. Then we're going to have to let that set for a while. Yep, going to have to let that set for a while. Alright, that's good enough there. Let's get something that is not great on the belt slash pouch slash whatever this here is. Grab some of my asphaltum here. And that's just going to go on all this stuff. Come on, over here too. Whatever. Grab some of this. Some more of the, yeah, I'll just use this here. Fine, I'm just going to use that. Let's maybe chuck some of that on this here tree. A little more light there, sure. And we're going to be putting all the greenery and such down here, so we, again, don't want to spend a whole bunch of time painting rocks that are mostly going to get covered up by flock and also foliage. That's going to get a little bit more light. So yeah, this I had to kind of resculpt this here. And of course I couldn't locate my green stuff, which literally was in my hand probably last week. And I looked at it and said, okay, yeah, I'll just put this over here because I'm not going to need it for anything. And yeah, I'm sure it's probably, as always, close enough to take a bite out of something here. So yep, Cheese Whiz, that's what we did on our cat latch reel last night, so we're doing the same thing here. And I get this a little touch later, then we'll get back into it with some of our darker glaze stuff there. Put a little something on that too. Let me get this out of this brush. Let's see if I can maybe put some lighter stuff, at least on the hair. Just gonna get me a paper towel setting over here. So Rico, hopefully Mom is doing well. I know now it's been at least a decent few days since the return back home, so hopefully everything is going even better there. I'm going to try to go even lighter here on the hair, of course. I'll have to get some, actually the nose is just dark, actually. It's not really, it doesn't have that pinkish nose. Not for your gray kitties. Alright, well, that changes things a wee smidge. Alright, let's see what we can do for some darker glazy type things. I'm gonna maybe use this. Man, recoil is this one? What would we say? A little. Is this one been a little harder to shake off? I guess. It wasn't a long one, but it was. It had a bit of an impact. I'm hoping it's not too difficult to kind of shake it off. So typically, well, like here, we've got the Perline Black, which is that dark green from Winsor Newton. You can mix that. In this case, I think I've got it mixed up actually with a little bit of asphaltum. You could mix it up with a little bit of the Mars Yellow Deep if you're looking for a warmer, also somewhat lighter dark option, if that makes any sense there. Let's get some of our... start rolling in with some of that Payne's Gray here. Get you in there. Come on. Boom. Doing some glazy stuff here. Oh yeah, the tail. Almost forgot about the tail. Some of the other ones, I don't know if they have tails or not. Yeah, just again, just tapping that brush to it. Let it do its own thing. It would be easier if I had a new palette to work with, but well, you would have been waiting another 15-ish minutes or so if I had tried to get a new palette going. So it was just like, alright, we're just gonna have to use that same palette. Get some of the darker stuff down in here too. No, let's do that. And now I'm just gonna do this, because if I get a texture there, that's fine, because I'm actually looking literally to do texture on there. Ah, it's the Journeys in Middle Earth. Grey Wolf, that was really a wise choice, because, well, let's put it this way: if you want to go see the War of the Rohirrim movie, you better do it 2 days ago, because I think it's headed direct to video. Yeah, I think that's going to be making, if it hasn't already made its exit out of the theaters, it's going to be pretty darn soon. Which means I think the other thing that is not called Journeys in Middle Earth also is going to pay, there's going to be a cost involved for being hooked to that particular albatross. So good thing you chose that one, Grey Wolf. Now, what's the game that everybody's going bonkers over? Trench Crusade. Is that just kind of a World War I universe? I don't really know. I have not had a chance to read anything about it. I just keep seeing, like, when I look for streams to raid now, all I see are, painting, Trench Crusade, whatever. So again, we're doing our some glazy stuff there. Then we stop doing that. So Grey Wolf, I'm really glad that those helped you charge through those. Hey, Recoil. You know what I forgot to say? I forgot to say, hey, Recoil, post your stuff in the chat. And everybody, please give Recoil13 a follow. So sorry about that, Recoil. I don't think you had a chance to post your stuff in the chat yet. Again, the brain is, it doesn't do brain stuff right now. So Cobra Snake says it's kind of like KDM with World War I. So yeah, I could see that the few figures that I've seen from that Cobra Snake, it does kind of have that Kingdom Death vibe to it for sure. So yeah, Grey Wolf, that thing, you probably won't have to go to the theaters to see it. Well, I think that's the only way you're going to be able to see it is direct to streaming or something like that. A little more of a dark there. And let me get some of that here. Okay. I think now we're gonna. So you can see the shiny stuff already starting to kind of go away in a few places there. So yeah, Cobra Snake. I swear I saw something that was almost like recruitment posters or something. I don't know. Maybe I ended up seeing of the. I would imagine there's a bunch of Facebook groups for Trench Crusade. I would imagine they're, speaking of STL, oh geez, let's get some of our brown on this. I'm imagining those are STLs too, because I thought I saw somebody showing some like, hey, here's how these printed out or whatever. So glad folks are having fun with that. So yeah, Grey Wolf, how many months was I talking about that and looking forward to it and to both of those things? And that did not come up aces. We we know what that rolled on the Gandalf 6. There was a little too much pipeweed, I think. Oh, you would have enjoyed the Prinkles, of course. Prinkles the cat came out, and let's just say that Galadriel sort of put Prinkles out, try to put Prinkles out to pasture there. Yeah, it was not. It was a rough evening for Prinkles the cat. Because it's one thing to, where Kathy kind of puts him in his place, but now there's other cats. There are other cats in the neighborhood now. He's not the only cat in town. So this is definitely because Gandalf the White, right? He did not have his hat, and he didn't have the. Wait, I think he still had that staff, but he definitely didn't have a hat. So we're definitely going. Oh, here you go. There you go, right there. So I'm still. We want to give that stuff a chance to set on the eyes there. Now I'm going to try and get me some of my texturizing going on here on this chapeau. Oh, and by the way, 49 minutes ago, this had no paint on it. Yeah, I'm going to just roll with this blending brush here. And it's just a little tap, tap, tap. That is all it is. So again, you can see we're starting to get some texture in there now. Take some of this and let's do the underside of this brim, which basically still has mostly just primer under there. Shoot you under here. Let me roll over this way too. Now I'm going to see if I can get me some of my texture over here. We'll probably work some more of our light into this as well. But as you can see, we've got it's still on the shinier side. That's where we were doing those glazes. So yeah, if you see a conical hat, pretty much, I think that's got to be Gandalf the Grey, because pretty sure Gandalf the White, I think he did not have the his wizard hat anymore. I don't want to just kind of rely only on, say, movie imagery. Wasn't Alan Lee Valkyria that drew a lot of the art for not just the Lord of the Rings movies, but just Lord of the Rings period? Yeah, this so he does have a hood on his cloak there, that I know. I wonder, does yeah, even our Diwali Gandalf has it there. Hey there, Horns fan. So Horns fan, it was still kind of an interesting day of college football there. There's some intensity. I was talking about a little bit ago. There's some intensity to these bowl games, and then I think Ryan and I we were discussing it. There's a few teams that maybe they're trying to show something to the committee. I think they're trying to say, yeah, you know what, you should have had us. You should have had us in that playoff. So Grewa says that John Howe did an awful lot of the artwork there for the movies. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, getting that mixed up with somebody else. Nah, that might be a little more than I wanted, but I got me a blending brush so we can take some of that away. A little more texture right there. Yeah, Horns fan, and not as many people doing either the sitting out or the portal exit. I do think Horns fan we'd like to see. I think the second round where teams get home games. Now that might, I don't know how you might take that away from the bowls. But I don't know. I still think that there was some reasonably full rosters that came to some of these bowl games. And wouldn't you say the last 2 to 3 years in particular, those bowl games have had kind of a rash of just like nobody's showing up? I know I think is it tomorrow? That bowl game, was it the Liberty Bowl or something like that, where they did actually have to sub out a different team. I'm wondering, Horns fan, if that was something that they did to say, all right, you're going to have all these people go in the portal, then you lose your bowl game. Because wasn't it last year with Florida State? Well, given the commercials for Birmingham, Alabama yesterday, and San Antonio today, I can see how they're going to want to hang on to those some kind of bowl games that have significant impact. Do this here. Yeah, somehow I'm thinking that the art of this movie is not going to sell as well as, say, the art of the original Lord of the Rings movies. Okay, yeah, that won't get any more of our light there. Let me get some more of this on his, right by his eye there. All right, let me see if I can. Do I want to use the blue? No, I'll use this. I'll use this here. Hopefully that is about the right consistency. I want to also make sure that this is where we want those eyes to be. Or the pupils anyway. What was it they say? Oh, an actor gets typecast. That's got to be one of the more unusual kind of typecasting. Right? That, whatever show you're in, whatever movie you're in, he's guaranteed to die. It's worse than being a red shirt, I guess. So yeah, see there, Doji, it's even better because not only can you make your Indian yellow out of it, but you can also thin it down too. It's perfect. So I've never actually For as many British shows as we've watched, I've never actually seen Sharp's rifle, so that I do not know. So fortunately, we can't really do a spoiler thing. You know what? I'm gonna... Did I actually put some of that? I did not. I'm gonna get me... Well, we're gonna use some of this here. Richardson Venetian Red. Everybody please check out that Insta link there that Doji just shared, because that's got all kinds of fabulous oil painted miniatures there. Go check that out. Oh, that's Bilbo Bananigans there. Okay, yeah, Pure I was looking at the different emotes there. Oh, we have to. I don't know how many emote slots we have, but we definitely have to do a flaming chainsaw emote. Whether it is, I think we'll have to do it as our wizard because it'd be easier to see in a smaller form. So yeah, I think we're going to try and get some reddish brown in here. Just for a little something different. Yeah, that's looking a little too much of the same kind of tans and such, so we're going to try and change that around a little bit there. So thanks, Doji. Definitely different from our Catdalf here. But they do have quite the opportunity for expression on their faces, don't they? So again, Doji, thanks for sharing your links there. Let me see if I got... I wonder, could I use this? Might be able to use this over here. Yep. So looking for another little blending brush there. Now I'm going to try and bring in some of our Mars yellow deep. Plus some of this maybe. Let's see what this does. Okay, there. Now we're getting there. Yeah, we need something to color-wise contrast with all the grays and such, not just value-wise. Let me see. At 1 hour 49 minutes ago again. This no paint on this here. No paint. Oh, good. That will work over here. Come on. Now I'm finally starting to see some different colors in this here. Yeah, it was looking way too similar to everything else. Let's throw a little bit more of that here. Good to go there. I try to lighten this up a little more too. Where's our... I guess we'll just throw it into here. And let's use a little bit of our warm right there on that pipe. Sure, let's do that. Grab a little more of this. And we'll do some of that too, right there. So some of our lighter browns. I might need to throw a little bit of dark there to make that more of a transition thing. I just realized I can't make these lighter because I'm not going to be putting the snow and icicles on there. So I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Pura Vida. It's with something like this again, where it's sort of it's got that semi-realism there. It can be a little tricksy where it's okay. Where do we really want to like? There's something like our later highlights here. We sure need some of that. Blending brush too. No, I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, this is our one that we were using before. Try and lighten you up a touch. And a blending brush again. Let that mix with the terrosa that's there. I might, yeah, well, at some point I'm going to have to get some more of my fast matte weight out here. But I think we've got some we can use. That got interfered with a little bit. Let me lighten this up too. And I think now that's starting to set a little bit more. We're going to try and come back with some darker colors to get some of the fabric and the texture there. Sure, we'll lighten that up a little touch more over there. So Doji, hopefully your Saturday was fabulous, and hopefully your Sunday morning is off to a really great start. You push the... Yeah, and that is the light coming from his staff. I'm going to try and make sure that is... Now that's going to be a shadow there, cast by his hat. Can you still see this? It looks like it. And here again is where I'm going to try and throw in some more texture. More on his hat over here too. And I always have that blending brush at the ready, which is here. And all it is just, I'm not doing this, right? I'm not swiping it. All that's going to do is smear this stuff. We don't want to smear it. We want to just take away some of those extra brush strokes. That's what gives it that appearance of smoothness. And here we go, Pura Vida, with a refreshed medicine there. Thank you so much, Pura Vida. Appreciate that. Well, Art Michael, congratulations. I know that was a ton of hard work there, but I'm glad that it is functioning. I don't know how many times probably you ran into a situation where everything was, and there was just one little thing that made things go boom. So you said, all right, fine, I'll go back in there and change that. So thank you so much, Pura Vida. Appreciate that. That is definitely appreciated. Okay, we're going to get this going now too. Yeah. So Pura Vida, I don't know if you have to head off to bed there. It is, well, it's 12:50 now. Yeah, it's almost 1 in the morning here. I'm going to start trying to get some of that darker. We will take our Van Dyke Brown. Some of our, actually, green. That's our Perline Black and Van Dyke Brown. We'll mix those together, just trying to break it down a little bit as well. Now, let's see what we can do in here. Oh yeah, we really can make that darker and definitely at the same time start to impart some texture in this. This is pretty much what we're going to be doing for a little while here, is not just making it darker, but also infusing some texture, because we really want to do that in a bunch of different areas here. Definitely got to get a bunch more darks in there. Also up here. And over here too. Blending brush. I might, again, don't want to go too fast into the blending brush because you'll just wipe too much of it away. But you can see we have kind of this light, then dark, then light again. And actually, Valfira, when we do our film noir, we should see a difference between the blues and that warmer gray right there. So Perkysaurus says, oh, he doesn't have any cat ends, though. I don't think so. No, I don't think he does. But yeah, it's they're good at business because they're not afraid to branch out. However, I'm still nose blind, except I can still smell you. I can still smell you like a mile away. You're sure you're not an orc? It's like, dude, how many orcs are addicted to pipe weed? There you go. Has a little bit of an appearance by our tree beard. Which way are we gonna go? Let's do this. And let's get some dark here. Might expand our lighter color a little bit more to the left here. You know what? I think I am going to stick with this brush for the texture here. Yeah, Sectrix, it's just like when you say, I am not paranoid, why are you all against me? I'm totally not paranoid, it's just all you people are against me. Get more of our lighter or darker texture in here. So yeah, this Sectrix, this configuration is super helpful for things like this where otherwise they would be too tall and you'd be seeing basically that much of it. I know it wasn't exactly the original way that configuration was planned to be, but it's nice that there's so many different ways to modify it. Now here I am going to darken up that nose, Pura Vida, to more like what the references show, I guess. So we are going to make his nose a little bit darker there. Now, of course, that's, we haven't seen, we have not seen surface tension in a while, and surface tension also is another one of our expert pun makers there. But we still have a decent crowd in here that is adept with the pun making wordcraft. So thanks to Perkysaurus for helping to contribute to some of our shenanigans here. Oh yeah, we're really gonna... That's gonna help make this... that's gonna have a little more turn to it. Also more texture. Throwing that down into some of these shadows there as well. You know what? I'm also going to throw in a little more of our darker gray down into here. Like so, and maybe even on this here. Let me do that, and now we'll use this blending brush there. So now that pouch definitely is starting to have a little more texture to it. We will go a bit lighter on it as well. There's going to be another round of adding some light to that. remember I was thinking for the eyes there, we would want to, or for the pupils anyway. No, we have to grab our other brush for that. That's right. I almost forgot. Yeah, looking to make sure we've got texture so you can really see it when I hold it up this way. And that's basically just a dry brush stipply kind of thing that's happening there. More dark down there, and then again we'll bring in some more light on that as well. Let me see. Let me take a little foray into our lighter. That's not lighter. That'll be lighter. We need something lighter here in our bog myrtle bushes too for the our little bulbs or blossoms, whatever. Let's get that going here. I mean, nothing terribly complicated. Just a little something. We'll throw a little more light on that. Too, just a touch lighter here. Just taking the perline red and I don't know, I guess some of our some of the not radiant indigo. So Celia the Perkysaurus, thanks for being here. I hope you have a fabulous Sunday. Fabulous Sunday for sure. Hope everybody does. Okay, we can leave those for right now. Now let me go back to this other brush here. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one here. Really, really, really dark, but I'll infuse a little bit of that blue. Oh, let me get my reference back up here too. 1 sec. There we go. Thanks, Doji. I'm really glad that that could potentially be useful there. I was hoping that people wouldn't get too bored with me just doing all of the sketching stuff. Hopefully that was not too boring. And I know that I was just doing a lot of scribbling on that notepad there, Doji. Part of it was I couldn't quite see, right? To make it show up on camera, I had to have a weird angle. So hopefully you could semi-read. you could read a little bit of what I was writing. There we go. See, Grand Oracle wasn't just gonna be standing idly by. And of course, what is Galadriel? Oh, Flufflorian. Yeah, that's Galadriel's. That is Galadriel's forest realm there, Flufflorian. So I'm really glad that that could be useful there. I wasn't sure, again, with all of the scribblings that we did here, and then we kind of took these aside over here. If I had a little more time, I would have liked to have done the ink over the top of them like we did to the front there. And now here would have been interesting if we had the same kind of texture we're doing here, but on here we're doing essentially freehand, and then was that brocade where there's really not a difference in color, right? But there's a difference in texture. It tends to be kind of burgundy is one of those type of cloaks or whatever, or clothes or colors where you tend to see a lot of that. And I think that is brocade, right? That's not. The other thing I was wondering if that was embroidery. I'm just I think I'm just kind of mashing up the two terms there. So we're starting to get a little bit more light going that way too. A little bit more light going that way. We will also maybe get some of our manganese blue hue into that. So I've been playing around with that a little bit more. We first messed around with it on the Catdalf figure, of course. Let me take a little look-see here at our... I'm going to try to take, now that we've got some of our fabulous, not terracotta, I'm going to mix that with some of the... So, okay, some of the Indian yellow, not all of the Indian yellow. Come on. Right around here where we've got... Ah, there we go. Because I could try to make that highlight thing as light as I want. It's not going to show up unless there's something darker there. I mean, white on a very light yellow is basically almost white on white. Okay, so that, I think, makes a bit of difference. We'll have to probably come back into that with their light again to redo a couple of the edges on that. So see you later there, Doji. As always, thanks for being here. Appreciate that. I might be doing some more nautical style ornaments on Monday. Not sure how that's going to play out. Let me take my... Okay, I still do have some of that fast matte white here. I think this is as light as I can go for any sort of highlights or whatever on the pouch here. If anything, we'd have to go darker again. I wonder... Okay, good. So I can go a little lighter on that. I wasn't sure if I pretty much used up any available highlight type stuff, but no, we still have a little further we could go there. I don't know how much lighter we want to get on that tree. You know what, his fur there should have a little something on it. His elbow here too, I think that not just lighter, but also get a little bit of texture or something. Alright, back here. Now let's get our other brush and try and get some of that darker texture in here. Kind of like what we're doing up here. Let's do that on the cloak down over here. So see you later there, Doji. Can't have too much thinner on this, though. Oh, geez, yeah, we can make that darker. And then, yeah, here for our texture. Yeah, oh, look at this. Big difference here. I want to be patient. Don't be a hasty little hobbit when it comes to grabbing that blending brush. You want to give that paint some time to set. Like so. Just a stippling kind of a brush stroke here. There's nothing really, nothing all that complicated about it, for sure. Same deal. Just gonna keep moving that across over here, get some more dark into that. into these shadows. Oh yeah, we really need to get some over here. His hair over there, I don't know, I think I might still have to make that later. Yeah, so here's another little weird printing artifact here on the brim of this hat. So as I was mentioning before, you might want to do a little bit of a double check here on some of the supports. If you're using the auto supports, if you're just using your own, no big deal. So I might try to print these up. Maybe using my own supports. At least I'm pretty sure these were the auto supports. Now it's been long enough, I don't remember. Hey there, T-Cat. Everybody, please get T-Cat a follow. And of course, T-Cat, if you want to share some stuff in the chat, like usual, please go ahead. So yeah, T-Cat, where's our Catladrill here? It's really interesting to see, like Catladrill's kind of orange tabby really shows it more. Now that we got Gandalf the Grey next to it there. And T-Cat, we're going to try and grab a few more of these. It's definitely the Gimli one. But there's actually two versions of Boromir. And I was just very, very tempted. The more mischievous side of me wants to get the pincushion version of Boromir. So yep, Night Whisper is in T-Cat. And again, happy Sunday to everybody. I'll try and get some more of those, some more of our darks up here too. On this fold. Yep. There we go. And I'll come back with maybe some more lights, but I can see some of the different colors now that I've been able to infuse into this. And of course, as we give this some time, as I can maybe come back up here with my blending brush, because this has had a chance to set a little more. So hopefully D&D was fun there, T-Cat. Maybe no total party kills or anything like that. Let's put some more of my dark over in there too. Again, just doing this. It's very much kind of a dry brushy type thing. So dealing with a little bit of brain-eating zombies there. Let's do some more of that over on this side here. Yep. That I might have to bring some of my lighter stuff back on that part of the brim there, I think. Let me do that here. Also, let me see, what's Bambi Cam showing us here? So 31%. So we still got about 8 hours left on that print there. And that is piece number 3. Yeah, piece number 3 of that dwarf bell tower and Yeah, I'm kind of figuring that, using that for Erebor. No matter what, it's going to get winterized. That's the goal. Is the only other building that I've been able to winterize was that Stalingrad building, so we haven't done that with any fantasy terrain yet. Don't forget, I have to also do an entire winterized Lothlorien too. Don't Well, I'll use some of the crushed glass snow, but it's such a vast project. I'll have to kind of use a little bit of the crushed glass snow in certain areas, and then kind of do a little bit more with other forms of snow flock, just to kind of save on that. Nah, not that. It's gonna. There we go. Okay. That would have been too much of the yellow there. More texture here. Again, just like what we got going on over there. And then I have to make sure we don't get too hasty with that blending brush. Don't be hasty. So we did a lot of the darker stuff on the texture here. Now we're going to come back the other way. Sort of a light middle tone. It's not a highlight. It's a bit of a light middle tone that also has a little bit of a greenish tint to it. Again, to keep it a little bit different than, say, Gandalf's colors. You don't want those to be too similar. Yeah, I might still need to get more dark in this part of his clothes here. Especially if you want to have that texture show up. I'm going to use you as a bit of a blending brush right there. You know what? I need to get a little more separation over here. And that might just mean making that lighter. Wasn't really inclined to make it lighter, but sometimes, well, it's why we say the details on this are realistically sculpted. It is still basically a chibi cat dressed as a wizard. So there's certain liberties that are going to have to be taken. So yeah, Night Whisper, there was at least 2 or 3 more of these that I was thinking about snagging. The Aragorn one has torch. Let's see, oh, here we go. So in some ways it's a little bit like this Aragorn right here. Oh, that's very cool there, Night Whisper. Geez, you know, it's been a while since I last used the Payne's Gray Violet. Gotta remember to use that. It's been months and months and months since I last used that. I think probably since that one Color Theory and Oils video. Fine, I'm gonna see if I can go a teensy bit. That's about as light as I can go. Is that not doing? That's not doing a whole bunch on that pouch there. No, I don't want to lighten that up too much because that really should be in some kind of shadow. On his pipe over here. I will just, for funsies, get a little bit of my floral orange. Again, just gonna throw some of the Marion Street stuff out here. At Grand Oracle, I'm pretty sure, didn't we tested the staining on that, and I think it had, well, it has Egyptian violet in it, right, Grand Oracle? It's gotta have staining properties, and we know that the Payne's Gray, well, the regular Payne's Gray also has that too. So TCAT, I hope that the stream was really good, and of course, again, everybody please give TCAT a follow if you could. What I would like to do, I don't know if this is going to work out. I'm just trying this here. I did really necessarily, okay, there we go. Wow, that, wasn't sure what we were going to get out of that for our pipe there, but that seems to have worked. And I'm going to see if I can do a sneaky little cheeky, maybe even a little bit of our orange there. Where's our red? I'm going to do that. I mean, that is as minimal as it gets, but I'm just trying to cast a little bit of light up that way. Might even throw a little bit of that on his nose here. See, maybe a little multiple light sources there, huh? Yeah, what was it now? The Payne's Gray from Gamlen did prove to have some staining ability, no doubt about it. Oh yeah, we'll definitely have to get ourselves some more of our fast mat weight out here. Trying to get a little bit, there we go, had to get a bit more of our yellow into that. Maybe a little touch of our orange. Okay, so I think that might just do it. I don't think I should be doing any more with that. Too much? No problem. Blending brush. Just the tiniest amount here. And showing his a little bit of that light coming from the pipe onto our Gandalf kitty. I might, ooh, this could be interesting. If I take the floral orange and the Indian yellow together, maybe put some of that in the eyes. It's kind of like what we did with our Catdalf, where we put a little bit of the floral green into the eyes. Kind of work at it from this way. So yeah, now I'm seeing the orange in the eyes. Back to that, some of the red, some of the orange. And under here, might as well kind of continue the texturizing as well. Gonna get back to my darker stuff. His hand / paw. I think there's a couple of things that I can maybe solidify here. Plus maybe getting some of this really dark stuff on his... Yeah, we didn't really done that. The very dark stuff on the sleeve just yet. Also, again, creating some of that texture. Let me get the stuff out of that brush. I'm going to put that off to the side and grab this one. And we'll just do it. Here we go. Tapping in some texture onto our cloak here. Down into these darker tones. Now for some of these other areas here, where it was 15, 20-ish minutes ago where I did some of that stippling, I can break out my blending brush. Now you can see there's a little bit of shininess there. That will go away when this is dried. If there is any residual shininess somewhere around here, we have our that is about as hard for me to get to as possible. Here it is. 1 second. There we go. So that is our anti-shine from Army Painter. And you just brush that stuff on, and you only use a little bit of it. So sometimes phthalo, green phthalo blue, those colors can have a little bit of shininess to them. Sevres blue definitely does. We love Sevres blue, but it does have, I mean, it will dry on the shinier side. So that's, again, where once it's all dry, you take that Army Painter anti-shine and you just lightly brush a little bit of that over the top. That is all you need, is just a little bit of it, not a bunch. So let me see if I can grab this here. There we are. Oh yeah, we have a whole bunch of darker stuff to get to down here. In some ways, that whole area is in shadow down here, so I think making this darker also makes a bunch of sense. This is a little mix of our indigo, some Van Dyke brown. There's a little bit of our, a little bit of the Perlene black in there. Darken you up more too. So thanks very much for posting a link to the YouTube channel, to the Instagram. Like I said, I was right now. Actually, well, it's, I think probably still another hour to go, but I am rendering another one of our Twitch sessions here, where I took it and shortened that, and that will go up on the YouTube channel. Yeah, we're going to work with this now. And just like with our Galadriel or Catdalf, once this is all dry, we put all kinds of flock and foliage on the base. You can see, so this was our, that was just the same kind of just rockiness that we have here, but you can see we got all about 5 or 6 different types of flock and foliage, and some leaves even. A couple different varieties of leaves. I might actually get to use some of my bigger leaves on our Catdalf and Catdalf here. I think we're pretty good on our darkest darks there. More dark underneath the this belt over here. And also trying to make sure we create some kind of texture here too. So you can really see it in that hat, can't you? Big time. And of course, we're only, what, 2.5 hours into this? Something like that? Yep, I think that's it. 2.5 hours. And now we've even established a second light source on here. I mean, it's very minimal, but we got ourselves a second light source there. No, that's not. That's got too much of the way. I mean, you have a little bit more of that Mars yellow deep for there. A little bit in this shadow area here. Now, no problem there, Night Whisperer. I'm glad that you were able to kind of get back into things tonight. And sometimes getting back into things can, it's a little dicey there. Certainly some of our dark now. One of the things we were considering with the hair, right, is making that lighter. Not so much because you're a gray cat would have the lighter hair there, but it is supposed to still be Gandalf, so I think we might need to just make that darker or lighter, almost not quite white, but I don't think I'll add any more of our, say, yellowish type color to it. That's kind of what I would do to just the regular, again, Gandalf, the white that you can see with his white. Oh, and there's some texture there. See texture on that robe. Yeah, Night Whisper, the Williamsburg Van Dyke Brown with that charred animal bones, which is also in the Payne's Gray from Williamsburg. That was like one of the biggest surprise ever during that tutorial vid. Right, that was actually, I think, is their latest color theory in oils. And I went, holy smokes! No, it's not quite the latest one, but yeah, it's like there's the same charred animal bones from our Van Dyke Brown that we like so much. And I swear that's what makes it have that magical staining property too. Again, some more of our darker, well, darkest dark there. You know what, I'm just going to change that around a little, and then maybe even this here is going to get a little darker. Because the darker that gets, the lighter that gets. That's all that kind of, it's the theory of relativity, right, Grand Oracle? And same deal here. See, the darker the edge of that pipe is, the lighter anything inside is going to be. So again, we're just taking this, it's almost right out of the tube there. And now we're really going to get some lighter texture in here. Really getting some nice texture in there, but also something that is a whole bunch lighter. Yeah, look at that. Looky there. Let's do some more of that up here. Where's my little flashlight here? So it doesn't really reach over there quite as much as I thought. Grand Oracle. Oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? That doesn't tend to dry out in the tube on you. Remember there was, when I first was getting that stuff, and it almost seemed like it was kind of drying out in the tube? Now, we go through it so darn fast here that I think even a 150, that might still be an issue. Trying to do a little bit of lighter texture stuff here on this part of the hat there. Further out this way. So yeah, we've definitely been able to establish a whole lot of nifty texture. Over here we gotta do, I'm gonna go back to my greenish stuff here. Now this will end up with more thinner in it. Is this light enough? Yeah, that's about as light as I want to go. Yeah, Denethor, like these guys here, these also dry at a much more rapid pace. Oh, this is that manganese blue, right? That's the color that we've been trying out a bit more. It basically kind of went unused since one of our tutorial vids. And remember we used this on the Cathy miniature 2 with the metals on that, right, for the sky earth. So I might be, that might be another future video here too, is something where we try to do some sky earth non-metallic metal, but with the manganese blue. Don't tell the Prussians though. Yeah, you tell the Prussians, well, you know how how they react to things. Okay, yeah, that's a little better now. Gonna get rid of this. Let me bring this brush back out, and I want to try and get, now that we have our fast matte white back out here, I want to try and see if I can't get some of our really latest light here on the hair. Not so much over here. We need shadow there, but on this side, let's see what happens over here. That does make it a little lighter. Okay, so move this up closer to the face. That went a little wonky somewhere. Get this. Try it again. There's no mistakes with the oils. There's just either a blending brush or a makeup sponge. Something that you could use to... It's like an undo button. Yeah, it's kind of like an undo button. Which is really handy, say, in, I don't know, anything that you're doing on the computer. Just imagine, yeah, an undo button while you're painting. That's pretty sensational, right? Also was wanting to hit the little highlight things on the eyes a little more. Oh yeah, wow. Big difference there. Let's try and get that one too. There you I really see those now. Man, look at that. More of that white there. Maybe a bit more on the side of the face. Let's see. Let me do that. I'm gonna catch a little more of this light over here too. So at least that kind of worked out okay, where I had to essentially re-sculpt the that pipe. I was a little worried about it because I also had to do all this object source lighting around it, so I wasn't sure how that was going to work out. Yeah, let me hit that a little later there too. And also on the pouch right here. Might do a little something on the tail there, and then take our blending brush and just tone that down a little bit. Yeah, I needed a little something there on his tail. Nah, that's too much of a shadow area there, you know, on his nose. Because if I remember right, let me get the flashlight again. Actually, you know what that does? It comes out over on that a little bit more. So let's. I think I can put a little more on this side of his nose, and even that side of his face. Yeah, so now that side starts getting a little bit darker. That's good. Oh, here too. That certainly needs to be a little bit lighter. You can see we're trying to kind of create a little bit of, again, a cast shadow there too. Maybe a little more on his fingers here, or his paws. Could be either way. I think no, maybe that does catch a little more light. I didn't think these folds would catch too much of that light, but I guess they do. I guess they do. Let's do that over here, but also with a little bit of texture. Maybe that's what the difference is. Oh, and this definitely needs to be lighter, needs to have some texture, needs all those things. Come on, there we go. Also out here. Okay, so now, yeah, that looks like it's part of this this glow right here. Now on the edge of it, on the fringes here, we will take our blending brush to that to tone that down a little bit. Couple more lights there. There we are. Yeah, that's better. On his sleeve here, and also here, let's go the opposite direction here. Opposite direction of darker once again. So back to some of that, the Van Dyke brown. And under the elbow here, this is the area that I'm looking to target. Yep, sure enough. We had basically a dark middle tone there, but we didn't really have an intense dark. Yeah, much, oh yeah, definitely can see that now. So yeah, Grand Org, I haven't done much typing with that. I guess there's a, they call it something like a magic keyboard or something. I mean, obviously I got a keyboard with the Surface Pro. Heck, I even, for all of the laptops and stuff, the wireless keyboards and such. But I'm pretty sure with anything Apple, it's got to be an. I think only Apple talks to Apple, right? We have ourselves a new little hobbit. That is Bandwagon. How you doing there, Bandwagon? I guess this is all just me. Yeah, it's all about me, little hobbits. Well, yeah, it used to be about me. It's like, you look very small. You look very much like a cat. Maybe it's the pipeweed. Uh-oh, they both mentioned pipeweed. So let's see what happens with Bandwagon's, or Banda, sorry. Sorry about that. Well, that's a decent roll. Not a bad roll right there at all. So thank you so much. Sorry, though. I thought that was a little take on Bandwagon there. I misplaced the G. I thought that the 4 was a clever A. So thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Obviously, all the Gandalfs do. So our infinite number of Gandalfs becomes even more infinite. Or infamous. Which one is it? And of course, Prinkles the cat says, well, I'm vote for infamous because this is supposed to be a one-cat town. It's like, well, there's a new sheriff in town. Would that be you or is that the other cat? Yeah, that would be her, because I'm not going to mess around with her. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You never know which character is going to show up. And of course, Prinkles is quite used to being worshipped as a god. Has been for I don't know how many thousands of years. Prinkles is not used to having other cats in the house. It's a little different version of cat cam. So other streams have cat cam. This is a somewhat different version of that. Should I? No, I think we're pretty good. We got a lot of our darks in here at the start. And oh, I do need to get a little bit lighter on the bog myrtle bushes. Let me just break out our... Yep. Yeah, we will get... Oh, yeah, you can really see it on our Catladro here from last night. Let's do that. Get all that darker stuff out of there. We've got, since we have our fast matte white out here, we can get that to mix with some of our lighter green up there. Oh, now we can really make some really light greenish colors here on our plants. Oh yeah, much lighter there. Working well here. So yeah, I was wondering, Grand Oracle, I think the very first tube of that I had definitely had the cottage cheese effect, but maybe it just took longer to use it. Because I haven't really... Oh, you know, that the thing that helped actually was having the... well, of course, I might have to start using it on this one, because, see, I can't really... It's harder to get that stuff from out of there, but if you notice, most of my other ones of these have these fabulous little rollers on them. I just get those on Amazon. They can get half a dozen of them for $7 or something. Yeah, those work really well. Okay, we got more of that going. In you go here. Also there. Yeah, now I'm really starting to see that highlights on there. We'll also have to do the same here. We'll take our fast matte white and some of our perline red, and we'll also highlight the buds or whatever on our bog myrtle bushes. All of these little basing bits, those are all 3D printed from Make It Epic Basing. We got 1, 2 of the ground cover, bog myrtle bush. That's actually one of the tree roots, and these are actually 2 different types of branches. I think that's their deadfall branches, something like that, if I remember right. I can catch a little bit more of the lighter green there. Now let me get this out of this brush here. Fast matte white. Oh, that's right. I think we were using maybe even a little quinacridone magenta on some of our other bog myrtle bush things. Work this in here. Over there. Okay, and if I feel the need to, we can always do a little bit of a glaze over the top of that with our perline red, maybe even mixed with a little bit of our violet. Might even throw a little bit of this kind of pinkish color onto some of our leather here. Just another different color there. Very little of this is actual brown. Very little gray in our grays and very little brown in our browns. It's a perfect formula. It cannot possibly fail. It's sheer perfection. I'm gonna get me some of that on the tree. I have to remember there's no snow or icicles going on this. So actually, for a change, can actually make our branch a little lighter. I might throw some clumps of foliage on this, though. Which means making them lighter is no big deal. So, yeah, using a really bright pink here to highlight our tree branch, because of course it's not natural. It's only sheer logic that the bark of our tree would be highlighted with a really light pink, the same stuff we used for our little flowers or whatever, or little buds just moments ago. A little more there, sure, yep. Maybe we even throw a little bit of on the on the hat here to lighten up some parts. Like that. Not on the cloak there. I might also try to get some of that brown ochre, and then we could also here, instead of maybe just texture, we could have what almost is like some mud spatter on the end of the cloak, because that could be interesting, especially since we really established the darker brown on here. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a mud spatter or something there. No, I'm going to use this fast mat. Yeah, mixing that in with our tan over here. Couple more dots on here. Good to go. Maybe a little of that on my tree over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a couple of little spots or little mud spatter dots over there. Okay. Much better. Little me out. I'm gonna lighten this up to a touch. Trying to separate it also from the gray. The warmer this can be. Do I want to lighten up that tree root more? I don't think so. I am gonna take some of this green here. I need more of a middle tone. This kind of goes from really light to really dark here. Yeah. There was really no in between. See, same over here on this leaf. Maybe even some of our bog myrtle leaves too. And then this one, same deal here. I don't think our light reaches all the way down there, but we consult the oracle of the flashlight. That's could possibly reach down there. Right, Fuzzy, how you doing? So great to see you there, Fuzzy. Appreciate you being here. So, Fuzzy, we've been having some fun with this kitty collection, the Lord of the Rings kitty collection. Glad that you're doing well there, Fuzzy. And of course, right around our Christmas dream, we did fun thing there. We got Jiro with the glowing nose. I will try to get my my snow and icicle effects on that, of course. Now let's got a little bit of that green. I'm going to try and get some of that green back into the cloak again, like we've been trying to do here. Thanks, Fuzzy. Appreciate that. And of course, we did both of the Argo kitties and our Armada Monday stream this week. That's what we did. This is the green that I've been using. I'm going to try and get some more of that here on the cloak. So hopefully your Christmas was fantastic there, Fuzzy. Oh, now I'm also being able to get a little bit more texture because this paint has had a chance to set a little bit. This is also a wee bit lighter too. Just a touch lighter. And I think you can really start to see the texture emerge here on our on his cloak. Doing more of that over here. So yeah, Fuzzy, I was not sure what to expect out of these files here, but as we've been mentioning in the last few streams where we're painting them, there is a surprisingly amount of real, like in the folds and the cloaks and such. And I've said it a couple of times already. Some of the folds and the cloaks and clothes here are actually a little bit more realistic than, shall we say, regular sculpts tend to be, where the folds are kind of maybe not rendered all that well. Okay, that's we're gonna leave that sleeve a little bit darker again because we've got the light coming down this way here. So see you there later there, Night Whisperer. And thank you so much. And of course, Night Whisperer, if you want to share your link one more time before you head off to sleep. And was it 2:33 here? Yeah, if you want to share your link one more time before you head off to sleep, please go ahead and do so. And of course, well, if we don't see it on our New Year's Eve stream, again, Happy New Year as well. And of course, as usual, we will be painting our planet Earth there. Okay, a little bit more like that. Yeah, alright. Touch more of our light right over here. Also there. On his sleeve over here. So yeah, when all of this is completely dry, pretty much any kind of shininess you see there, that should be gone. And anything that does remain, we'll take care of it with the Army Painter Anti-Shine. Ah, that's fantastic, Fuzzy. Glad that you got some more painting supplies, because you always are going to need those. So again, everybody check out that Instagram link that Night Whisper just posted. And of course, while you're at it, please give Night Whisper a follow. Tempted to, I might just, for funsies, let me see if we can, since that paint's had a chance to set here, let me get some of the perline red, some of the orange. Ah, perline red, right? How appropriate for our Gandalf figure here. Ah, see what I did there? Everybody else thought that they had just a complete lock on all the punnage there. Nope, we're going to drop one down too. Yeah, we are using perline red and perline black. We were using that on the cloak. Getting some more of our source light there. So again, just trying to put a little something under there. Not much. Just again, just a little hint of it there. Not over here. You know, I might still need some of that there, though. Yeah, just a little bit in there. So, that's... I don't know if that's really necessarily the way it's pronounced, but we always just call that perline red. And I think perline black is spelled the same way. So Solum, thanks. Well, also again, thanks for being here too. Same thing. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna lighten that up. Yep, there we go. One last little bit of light there, and then maybe. I mean, we don't want to look like he's that's a blast furnace there, but I think, well, for we talk about realism a lot here, there is still going to be, it is a cat and a wizard, also Lord of the Rings, so we do have the ability to kind of have some fun and maybe push the boundaries a little bit. Now, Solum, a little bit like what we did on this Gandalf here, and I think we all... Oh yeah, that's right. We did do that on... also on our Diwali Gandalf there, too. I was tempted to put him on a base like this with the marble texture, but that's something I kind of save for Gandalf the White. Let me see when I do that. I'm just was getting back to my references there. I don't think I'm going to put any more of the orangey stuff out here. Yeah, I think the more that we do... No, we don't want to push that too far.